They want a piece of this. They're going to find Teddy, so Songjang will get his first knock of the day, and Park Pro will do him the honor of flushing him out. So
far now Myth coming in, and that's a team you want to avoid. Thunders finds Park Pro here as Sharpers gets involved with Geeke.
Geeke, we saw them run into R8 a little bit earlier, but Sharper proven to be a little bit of a tougher opponent as Tanawat will continue to make his way around. Yeah, secure that point. 2 now collected for Sharper as Thunders will have to retreat, getting sprayed down here by the remaining angry members of Geeke.
They're going to have, 1, 2, 3 kills. Shrimsy finds Ajar from R8. And R8 is losing players here. That's unfortunate, but they did get the res off, and Geeke did backfill that position as I was talking about before. Might be able to res as well, so that's huge for Geeke as Falcons continue the slaughter fest that they had yesterday from that last game on Erangel.
Yeah.
We have to talk about this. Falcons pulling up onto Geeke. They saw that they were having a rest here, so a count going out, and that might be massive. I don't think they're even going to get the guys back from that recall.
Might not. Songjang, the last player left alive, he will at least have time to heal, and he is going to spot out Tiggleton. Won't be able to go for the flush. He will. That's going to be Falcons losing one early. Shrimsy just not getting the angle in time to prevent that flush. We'll see if Falcons can get rid of this player. Songjang, obviously a hero in the scene. He will go down, and he got it. He stayed alive in time. That is great work from Songjang.
Now Park Pro and EJ, they're just going to be birds in the sky. They're going to have to survive, have to try to rat out Chan though. Finds 2 from Vicious. Simon and Tygan goes down here. More kills coming in for 17. And with the circle going south, there's just a perfect southern shift for everyone to still be inside their locations.
17 is playing in has been very dangerous to try to go to early just because of how it plays out. But oh my goodness, cold 119. Going to be sniping, but yeah, the fact that with the destructible terrain now has made it so that 17 can kind of dig in there a little bit more than you used to be able to, and they're able to defend themselves and stay alive as 4.
Those fans in there, and there for sure. With this Western ship's going to be easy. Shots coming in on R8. Empty. Absolutely pull up from Shrimsy. More points come the way of Falcons. They saw this as an easy target on their way and on their transition on the way into the circle here. Now they're considering how we're going to approach this. Can we take some of the lower ground? Can we take some of the higher ground? We've seen them before be able to play some of these. Myth are moving in as well. Twisted Minds are pulling up. Vicious out in 16th place here. That's so much damage being done from multiple sides. Samble is out. Batulis is knocked here. A little bit rough for them.
Yeah, we'll see if they can get Ratu back on his feet, but it doesn't. Yeah, okay. I think, now Perfectix has gone down. A good grenade from December 12th will get him low, and now the man who just arrived last night, Lou, is the only player left alive for Twisted Minds, but JDG not freely allowed to continue raining utility down, so they're getting shot off, but now Nemesis looks like they have spotted out something here. They're just going to spam the smokes with grenades, but maybe a res coming in here on Glory's low, and Gam, as you said, they're just fancy foot dancing around. There you go. The grenade from Wembo will be perfect. Gets the knock on a Glory's, almost takes down Tanvu as well. Another one will follow, and he's going to find Tanvu that time. Duck Juice now going to recycle those smokes, see if they're able to reset this fight, but I don't know if Wembo's going to let him.
Lil goes pushing in. Oh my god, it's a huge third-party opportunity for so many teams, but 17 is making all the work here. Chan finds him. That is Gam Esports out.
Super well played there from 17. 7 kills now for them, and Team Liquid is trying to hold off Gen G's push. They do get a couple of knocks to start things off, but a good grenade from Salute will find Luke 12. It's down to just Alo and Cowboy as Salute and Soul will push in, trying to find some heads peeking. They're not going to find him in time. Team Liquid will wipe out Gen G.
Extremely well executed here for Team Liquid. And they have said if we have a good game 1, we might be making moves here in the next one. And it's a pull-up from R8. Teddy's coming in here. Cowboy's active. M249, he jumps in. Teddy gets Cowboy. Huge play here from him. Aimbot finds Halo. Now it's just down to Pretty Curdy.
And R8, this is about their 3rd revive at this point. Empty just hit the ground, but he is now knocked once again as Pretty Curdy finds himself the last remaining player for Team Liquid. Hitting all those crates, see if he's got any more utility, but you see the shots coming in from range, but nice. Aimbot will take him down, and R8 just refused to die.
Huge brawl, and T1 is third-partying everything from the high ground. Sharper is out in 11th place.
17 been doing so much work from these fields. They managed to find yet another team flush, up to 9 kills, and now their attention is fully on Nemesis. But you see the third-party shots from T1 causing 17 problems. Melman will throw the pool guys don't look at explosions grenade, fade away, run back, play the wall. They do know that they have to keep an eye on that wall down from R8's perspective, but R8 now eliminated. So Nemesis down to 2 will just be fighting through as Twisted Minds are right in front of them.
Yeah, Nemesis, all these sudden shifts here makes it so hard for them when they're that last team to go out before the placement points drop. Top 8 teams, and JDG, what a great hold for them to be on the edges and ridges of this high ground. Now they're pushing up. They have cover to play with as well. They're going to be the last team to come in from the north, but T1 is moving in for the third party. They want points as well.
Yeah, JDG farming right now. As you mentioned, that ridgeline proving so huge as nobody from the high ground can see them, but T1, they want a piece of it. They're going to come down. They'll spot out December 12th. Nice shots from Heather. Will take him down from range, as now T1 will find 2, will find 3. Cold 119, the last player left alive for JDG.
5 kills for him so far. Can he defend this? He cannot. JDG goes out in 7th place, and T1 with the aggressive push paid off, but Myth is coming out to feast.
On the high ground for so long, but nice flanking angle here from T1 as they'll collect their 9th kill. That one's going to be on to Gustav, but they will lose type in the process as now Na'Vi has started to flex out. They're starting to find more angles. Myth trying to push their way into Falcons, but they're getting pressed by Na'Vi still as well.
Being thrown in his direction.
A vehicle about to explode as well, and
They're
he will
out.
go down to the vehicle explosion, and Falcons gets eliminated in 5th. T1 now up to 10 kills as they are just farming on the edges. They'll turn their attention over towards Myth.
Someone else, but Heather and T1 do not care about that. Baron goes down, and he's in the front smoke. And with Ian being so aggressive, there's Panzers alongside this too, but Heather and Ian, 4 kills each. Can they make it even further?
Well, at the same time, we see Na'Vi. I mean, we looked at them yesterday where they had a great opportunity to get a lot more kills, but they played it a little bit more cautiously, going for the win. But what a shot from Heather. Will take down Scappy Kiss, now the last player left alive, playing around the edges, looking on the smokes. One is about to go down. He go for the res here. That is extremely ambitious. Ian should spot this out shortly, and he will. Kiss will get taken down as 14 kills now for T1, but Na'Vi in the driver's seat. But they have gotten 1 point so far in this late game. Heather and Ian trying to wrap around, but Na'Vi is already ready. They'll find 1. Hacksaw will take down Ian. Heather will try to return the spray. 1,100 damage for Heather so far to go along with his 7 kills. Ian will get flushed out.
EJ might find him. He might drive straight into EJ. He has an MP5, and no, stun grenade is going to be going out here, and that push is coming in. Heather's low, and the heel just popped off. He's going to be able to get it. Heather's get found. Shots coming in. EJ just with the close drives, and EJ gets found for Na'Vi. They get the chicken dinner here. They're basically back-to-back from yesterday. They're going to be coming in slow from airport. Now shots come in, though, from Twisted Minds in 17.
Takes the tire out and causes him to spin out, but not actually. I think might have thrown off the seat swap spray, but Perfectix now all by himself, and he is going to get hunted down. Wenwa will take him out, and that'll be a point secured for 17. Smart to just get in the vehicle and get on out, but Tanawat right up the top, but it is going to force them into 4 a.m. As you said, Spaceman seat swapping, not going to matter. Pow will land the shots, gets the knock, and now a lot of damage being done on the window, but he'll find Simon T. Spaceman gets flushed out. Pow is down. 4 a.m. fully committed to this fight with Vicious, and Sharper has to see this in their kill feed and think we can get some more points off of this. Let's get involved.
That's so unfortunate for 4 a.m. getting knocks, but don't get the points. Shen gets found by Jedi. 4 a.m. on a lot of pressure. Winda, it's a meme. Can they make something happen here? Can they move in and get the reses off? I doubt it. Sharper, look at that. Another, and an MK14 in the hands of Thunder. Tons of big damage is being done. A headshot takes Winda out.
Oh, just unfortunate timing all the way around for 4 a.m. Shin will get picked out of that passenger seat by Tanawat. As we said, the Alm did go to Tanawat, so there we go. Now we know. Liquid, actually Myth and R8 rather, are going to be scrapping right on the coastline. Baron, the point man, he is surrounded currently, and he's going to go down to Ironbot.
That's a very unfortunate situation for Myth here, but then again, R8 don't care. They need everything they can get. Currently last place, 13 points. Nade straight towards Scappy, 39 damage, and a BRDM pull-up from Empty.
The BRDM working huge here for R8. He's going to be able to spot him out if nothing else and let him know that he is by himself. But range shots from Jacob will take down Ibot. He's doing his best to defend his teammate, but only one down now for R8 as they continue to kind of hover around here. But Liquid has seen this in the kill feed. They hear it going on just off to their east. They're going to try to get everybody back together, but they do have Gam taking shots at Alo.
Alo goes down to Clarice.
THP, little THPS3 in there. I love
yeah,
it.
sure. Purdy gets some shots. Gets Danawat down. Jedi, though, returns the favor. And Jacob, third parties, Earth Zapalui, Sharper, taking a lot of damage. And now Utilities being thrown towards Team Liquid.
And Cowboy trying to do his best to at least secure the point before they go down. But Thunders will spot him before he's able to do that. Tanawat down to half HP, but he's on multiple knocks now. He's going to have to get revived as Sharper just in the right place at the right time. Once again, Luke 12 all by himself, but he's doing some damage. We'll take down our Zapalui. Tanawat still not res. Jedi will be in the 1v1, and he'll get it. Thunder will get the credit with the grenade, but Sharper, with all of their utility, all of their presence that they picked up from that care package earlier, down.
If they continue this, this will look great, though. Gam with that pull-up, they're trying to get so much pressure onto R8. I don't think they realize they have a Panzer. Clarice finds two.
Gam saw this coming. They saw the BRDM in the water. Came over here as fast as possible with that Panzerfaust in hand. Get the double knock immediately, but Empty will trade it back. Kiss now getting involved from range. Teddy, the last player left alive, and he is only alive by the grace of that BRDM. Gam still on that high ground. Will keep those smokes alive so they can maybe get the res onto Duck Juice, but Kiss finding damage and getting points for Myth from the south side in the blue.
He just stole 3 of what the kills were supposed to be Gam's, and what a way to capitalize on that from Myth. Falcons also sneaking in on the outside, and now we see Nemesis rotating in on the southern side of JDD. They're trying to
cause problems for the boys. Yellow. Oh goodness. The exploding vehicle will be the thing that takes down the duo of Melman and Stade.
And you know what? That was actually a great play from Nemesis. The problem is they did it where most of the teams were located. If they did this on the southern side, there's 8 teams looking at them. If they did it on the northern side, there would be 2. So that's so unfortunate. But yeah, 17. They come back from what was a rough day yesterday to just absolutely fracking out today, Porte. So I'm very impressed with that.
Sosa trying to play the edge, trying to look if he can see anybody coming through the smoke, but he is blind as a bat right now, and Suze will drop down, but that is more. He's going to go down to Nonce grenade. But the mortars are still coming.
Oh my God. Yeah, they didn't even need to create this space here themselves. It's going to come on in later. They're going to have a hard time, and Type has just been the man to do exactly that.
Oh no, they try to go for the pull-up with 3, and Type gets 1, and the other goes down as just fat fingering F a little bit, and now Type is free US delivery. Cold 119 will try to see if he can take him down, but Type is going to get him as well. One-man army. Type taking down all 4 of JDG, and look at the smile on his face. He knows he just got away with murder.
And as he moved across to that fence, you saw him doing the Korean slide.
All eyes on Falcons as T1 will now return to this Gen G incident after picking up a little bit more utility. They can now make this push with a little bit more confidence. Heather will go down to Bean. D gonna find Type, but in the end, oh no, D still alive. Gen G holding strong here. It looked like the push from T1 was gonna be more effective, but Gen G is just keeping them at bay. Reigning now the last player left alive, and look at 17. They're starting to get more active.
17 is trying to ensure that the space that they have on the southern side is theirs, and they know they're inevitably going to be fighting Na'Vi here. Gustav finds a Khan, and Falcons realize it's GK. It's a team that's currently not inside the top 16. If they deny them space here, they know that our PUBG Weekly Series from Korea here, the team that have been doing so well.
There's another one. My goodness. In the land of culinary masters, Gustav is cooking these grenades perfectly, but Shrimsy will find 2. EJ will find 2, though, in return. GK not going down without a fight. It is so hard to push anybody as a 4-man squad in this game. Everybody is doing such a good job of holding on the line, but Park Pro is blind. T1 does get eliminated. Shrimsy, the last player left alive. Peak battle versus Park Pro. He's going to do a lot of damage, but it's not going to matter. GK holds the line.
There's some pressure here, but they're going to go go for the res. Oh, the drive by you for Bean. Oh my God, perfect play for Bean. And Gen G gets a top 4. Every player to give full 3 gear. Left the gun behind, but it's not matter now. John finds a nade onto Fairest.
17 doing what they can to get into utility range. They find the first one, but Na'Vi with the happy feed is going to avoid the next few that come through. They're going to try to return some utility of their own. None of this utility really finding the mark, but Gen G using that opportunity to start taking a little bit more space, see if they can get the angles. Sprays come through, get them low, but no knocks to be found just yet. Na'Vi have weathered the initial storm, only losing Fairest. But Tiantan and the rest of the 17 boys have taken up so much space. They have priority here on center dot. You can see what they're working with, the little ditches that they have to hide in. But there you go, a grenade will find Xiaowu, and that'll even things up. But Wenbo now, with the blue tickling his heels, has to move, and he's going to go down to Boostic. Boostic will get traded by Lil Ghost, and Gen G in a perfect position to capitalize off of all of it.
T plays so aggressive. Gen G might take this. It's a 2v, 1v2. Bean continues. Spyro finds him, but he's down now. That's Na'Vi out. And 17 wins because of the blue damage. It's a chicken dinner for them. For sure. And with Falcons, Tickleton got example down in a really early stage here. It's super important for them. They got a little bit greedy in terms of how many cars they wanted, and Falcons absolutely destroyed that. So that's huge. I guarantee you that Falcons together so that they can do a pull-up or a drive-by on a team that they feel like it.
The timing working out pretty well for them as they get in just before Myth arrives. Geek will spot out December 12th. Unfortunately, JDG losing 1 there. He is a little bit in no man's land. Songjang just making that desperate run to try to get back to the gas station. Won't get there though. Luke 12 will take him down, but did he get close enough? It looks like he did get to the... They can't flush him out. He'll most likely get rezzed back up as West. So yet another hard shift here as everybody will be back on the move. Gam gets a little bit too close to Vicious with that high ground. Duckmai will find the knock. Can he secure the flush as well? Those are shots coming in from Falcons. So it looks like he will get stolen away. Shrimzy will get credit for that one. And he's got the other boys right up front. They're going to push right into Duckmai. He's going to do a lot of damage. Tickleton's going to go down to Tycon. The trade comes through. No, Duckmai is going to find Gustav. Kickstart going to go down as well. Shrimzy now the last player left alive for Falcons. And VC takes them out almost instantly.
Tycon is back. An absolute prime here. 3 easy kills for Falcons. They had a perfect setup angle from Team Liquid, and next to 17 game is going to be difficult. It could just be a straight up pull up on the gas station, and it looks like it. PJ trying to defend the eastern side here, but T1 is pulling up. Parksrogue finds Raining, and Type returns the favor.
Does the damage, but doesn't get the knot. Raining will go down in the end. A little bit ahead of the rest of the team. Tries to breach the compound, but Songjang in perfect position. But EJ now has been taken down, and Songjang finds himself all by himself. And Heather and the rest of T1 will finish off that Geek squad. And now it's down to 2 for T1. And
extremely well executed by them. And now the third parties comes in. So many teams have to enter from this eastern side. JDG out here, Gen G out here. Twisted and Nemesis also fighting. Vicious coming in, trying to thread the needle.
The line here on this gas station. Tight will take down Nons. JDG in a lot of trouble.
The scenes coming in now. JDG down 2. Bean finds it. Oh, a lot of damage done here to him. 21 HP. Has to see if he can make something happen. That's a great nade straight onto Type. Leaves Heather to just 1 HP.
And being just barely alive, has to hop into the Bronco to heal up. And Heather, you can see, only operating on about 5 HP of his own. But you see Team Liquid looking over in this direction, taking shots in at anybody who peeks the wrong window. So Bean, let's see if he can maybe breach and take down that last player. 4 Angry Men, in the meantime, does get eliminated in the end. It's going to be 17 that does it to him. Now Bean, still working around the outside. Maybe
I love that.
Get this cooked.
Blue zone out, pushes some pressure onto this, especially with the rest coming in. Bean sees it. He gets back to cover. Heather finds him, though. That's Bean going down, and you're going to have D having to disengage from this. A straight volley on top of him here. T1 an absolute fire today.
Gen G, they're down to 1 player, but who cares when you got 8 kills? Gam trying to make their late push, and they are pushing into the wrong neighborhood. 17, Vicious and R8 combining to take shots over towards them. As you see Powell down to 23 HP. We'll have to see if we can heal up, but it looks like they're able, 17 actually able to get Wimbo back on his feet, so back up to 2 as they bide their time. Try to come in here at the perfect time. Grenade from Empty will take down Pau. Aimbot gonna go down, or I'm not gonna go down though. Nice trade from Duckby, as now the BRDM is coming in and he's gonna run him over, and that's gonna do it for Vicious Gaming, as now R8 will turn their attention towards 17.
Yeah, get that BRDM out of play right now. 17's gonna have to do it. They put pressure onto it.
Navi is gonna hop 3 into the bus, make the push right on top of Sharper. They left Spiro behind to keep eyes on. He's gonna find the knock on a Tanawa as soon as he walked out of the door. Now the rest of Navi still pushing in. Ferris will get traded down. Arsapalui's down. Jedi, the last player left alive. He's gonna hide inside the shack as long as he can. He's gonna find another knock as Hakatori will go down. Boosting, gonna go down. Navi getting ripped apart here by a number of different teams. Jedi still alive though for Sharper. Spiro was left behind to be that point man, to be that Overwatch, but now there's nothing he can do but watch his team die.
Spiro trying to survive just a little bit longer. 5 more first aids. Trying to outlive maybe Sharper. Jedi though has plenty of bodies to now loot, and Sharper is trying to make the most of it. 3 kills so far in a top 7 is not going to make enough of it. So much possible for him. Now he's going to have to relocate, and Embot finds him with the AUG headshot onto Wenbo. And now Xiaowu, last man standing, hits one, gets Teddy down. Now the other guys are going to have to push for it. Can Xiaowu make more happen?
Wenbo had to move. He had the blue zone right on his back. With Xiaowu though, we'll try to see if he can take out one with him. No, he won't. R8, they are down Teddy, but they have 8 kills now, 7 kills now. And they might be able to get the revive here. No, that blue is coming too quickly for Liquid to have to leave this compound, as Myth is just everywhere. There's not much Liquid can do. They at least managed to survive the initial onslaught of utility, but Baron with that P90 will find Alo. It's down to Cowboy. He's going to lay down the smokes, trying to escape, try to see if he can maybe get one more point. Panzerfaust in hand for Myth as they make the push, and they will secure another win for Made in Thailand.
Ooh, Team Liquid looks like they're going to be rolling right up next to Cold.
Okay, this is a big fight early for some really valuable real estate. Alo knows there's a player around the corner here as he's got the pre-fire, he's got Cold down.
Ooh, JDG, do you want to keep in on this one? No.
Yeah, you can see Sharper gonna be really close. Gustav did. Oh, Kick hits one. Gustav hits another. The double Panzers are shredding Sharper, and they're gone.
That's 50, the way that this road cuts through. It's going to get a lot of space, so Nemesis just going to go ahead and send it in, but it's on top of Myth, and these guys have just been hungry all day today.
Oh, and it's Kits again. 2 kills. He is just unbelievable. The guy is one of the best players on the planet, hands down right now. And
the East, that's a terrible position to be in, as R8 had the same idea that 17 did, but Winbo just defending it right now. All 3 players still alive, and R8 nowhere to go. They're going to drop real early.
Yeah, that didn't go good. That did not go good there for R8.
Angry Men getting away with this rotate. Somehow they're squeezing by everybody. Finally, everybody's starting to unload onto him, but there's enough of a little dip over here that they can get into position, but Gam is waiting. These nades are about to go right up into their face. Goes a little bit too far down the hillside, though, to connect and get what they want. Finally, that bounce lands on top of a car, but it's a bit too late. There we go. Finally, Tanbu connects with one.
Yeah, Gam there not really reading the angle of the hill properly, so a lot of their grenades were funneling down away from them. But yeah, 4AM is getting shredded right now. They are not having fun. Team Liquid losing players because they just try to drop on top of Gen G. It is absolute madness here on the south side.
This is terrible for 4 Angry Men. Even if they can get distance away from Gam, and now that VC's come up back behind on the other side of Gam, that's kind of stopped the relenting nade tosses that were getting thrown their way. T1 still has high ground positioning over him. T1's going to get eliminated. Now we still have a couple of rotates that are going to be problematic, as it is going to be Twisted having to make a move into the circle where 17's going to be defending. And Myth actually pushing right in the face of T1 on the high ground. That could be big.
Well, yeah, now T1 kind of given their first big test in this circle to defend this spot that they took very, very early on. Tanbu, if you hit this Panzer, I will be very, very impressed. He's got a good angle at it. Ooh, just came up short.
4 Angry Men, and they're going to go to the hillside right underneath the T1 is, man.
I thought the Doritos did that for a second. It almost looked like it.
4 Angry Men, what do you even do? Do Falcons see that and go back down the hillside? They're just kind of caught between the 2 hills in the valley and get peppered.
Well, they're trying to kind of find an angle into this fight. Tanbu will deal with Wenda, though. And now over into this tree to scoop up their spoils are Gam. 17 in the meanwhile still defending this pagoda up on the hill. Batulin's going to be a little bit more disciplined with his approach.
Twisted better be careful. There's a couple of solos back behind them nipping at their heels. If there's an opportunity, somebody's going to go for it. Little Ghost gets a knock onto Example. Nice nade throws coming out. Blue zone right on top of Lou's going to make it a lot scarier. Maybe open up something for Suze, but no, it's going to be Perfectix. Gets a knock on a Winbow. 17 suddenly starting to falter in their defense. Goes down, Twisted though. The circle abandons them, cuts south. All the firefighting. It's going to be GK now focused up with Myth and Baron right on top of him.
Yeah, Gam getting involved a little bit there too. So a bunch of teams all of a sudden know that Twisted has to leave the safety of this cover. Grenades even starting to make their way in from Baron of Myth.
Take this one by, but the looming giants down into the southeast are going to be Na'Vi. They haven't had to get too involved so far. They're going to spot out T1 and get a knock on them right before they can get a stop off.
There's just nowhere for T1 to go. They had to either take a fight or do something absolutely bananas, and instead they're just kind of lost trying to find anything that's inside of this circle that'll work with. Yeah, EN might just be bleeding out here as that vehicle is going to explode very shortly. Hakatori lining up with another nade will probably get the flush. Indeed he does, and Type almost goes down with his teammate.
This one spot does have a reprieve away from Jinji. Little Ghost gets a knock onto Example. Nice nade throws coming out. Blue zone right on top of Lou's going to make it a lot scarier. Maybe open up something for Suze, but no, it's going to be Perfectix. Gets a knock on a Winbow. 17 suddenly starting to falter in their defense. Goes down, Twisted though. The circle abandons them, cuts south. All the firefighting. It's going to... Can they manage to take down Myth? Getting a bit picked apart right now as they do have Gam on one side. VC looks like they want to get involved. Falcons has realized the push has come down from Jinji. Just too many targets, but Tickleton holds the line. Gets the flush onto Bean one side of it. Salute trying to come down. D's gonna go down. Where are these nades gonna land? Salute's pretty low on life, but it's much harder for Jinji to hit the nade on this very recessed hillside the Falcons are playing.
Yeah, ooh, that's bad news here for Salute. He just got that first nade off in time.
They're back clicking.
Oh, here we go. Na'Vi knows that they could take him down, and they're just slamming into the backside. Falcons are like, okay, maybe we'll just wait this one out a little bit. And I think that's going to be the end. Yeah, Genji done and dusted. No placement points for them.
Na'Vi has a great position. They've got control over about 50% of the circle except for Stade.
Make things even more different. Wow. Oh, his car gets in there. Does take down EJ. Duck Juice going absolutely crazy. Him and Tanbu going to combine to take out VC. Park Pro, can he do anything else in response? Nope. Tanbu going to deal with him.
Go signal for one side of it. It looked like Falcons want to get involved, but Type is still just holding the line right next to him, entrenched down into a little. This is going to get crazy real quick. Good shots come out from Hakatori and Boost to get the knock on 2 already.
Yeah, things pretty much over for Gam at this point. Indeed, they do go down. So your top 4 be Na'Vi, Falcons, T1, and Nemesis Tiggleton right up and over. Actually, that was going to be Hakatori who got that knock, helping Tiggleton out a little bit there. Tiggleton does claim the point. Boostic on the other side will end T1's run in 4th.
Each to try to backstab with. You maybe get 2 knocks off of it. Boostic is going to get vision. Hakatori going to get the knock, so Tiggleton's going to go down. Starting to have the window closed back behind Stade. He knows it. It's all about how long can the Falcons survive. Shots come out just a bit too late. 3 players still up for Na'Vi. Stade at least managed to get the knock on the Boostic. Falcons has gone down. It's a 2v1 and just really a rock for cover. Hakatori is going to be playing up to the north. Looks like he needs to get his meds in a better position, but High Ground Fairist might have something to say.
Oh man, if he could have gotten that knock there onto Hakatori, could have made it a 1v1, but now Hakatori going to be afforded the opportunity to get the first aid kit into play. And he's going to keep pushing forward, has that barrel, wants to put it to good use.
On to Boostic just to make sure that they keep this nice and clean. Hakatori, though, doesn't even matter. He's just going to finish it off. Great play coming up from Na'Vi. They read that circle perfect.
Well, they
might make him vulnerable to nades coming out. December 12th not having too much to work with. Cold's going to go down. It's going to be D that spots him out. And now Jinji knows who they're fighting.
Oh, but the shotgun just rang out and took Bean down. So all of a sudden, Problem Soul will claim Cold's point as well. So it's a 1-for-1 so far between these two teams who absolutely need these points so desperately. Grenade from Soul, not going to make it inside of the building window. Going to bounce around.
Trying to figure out how much of a commitment they want. D runs into the building. December 12th, it's going to be on their side. Shotty pops off. Salute gets a counter knock on December 12th, though. Trying to keep D up and alive as it is full damage control for everybody. Trying to fight just to stay alive on the leaderboard.
Salute now going to realize there's other teams out there. Oh, what a shot with the Panzer. That's Suze down. And Salute clinging to life. Just nons left for JDG, but all these teams.
Oh, Team Liquid, they're going to send it in. They're going to play spoiler to it all. They roll right in. Soul's going to have to defend one side of it. Alo knows where the positioning is at, and this is just ruining everybody's day. Soul does get the knock and the flush on the Cowboy, though.
Okay, we've got a chance here for the side of Gen G. Soul trying to make some big plays. Purdy Curdy gonna go down as well. He did take out Salute with his grenades. Now they're trying to deal with Nons, keep him pinned down so they can isolate this fight with Soul.
There was a long-distance skirmish that happened with the back duo of T1 in Twisted Minds, so that's kind of repositioned the focus for T1. That's allowed Nemesis to move into another position with Diffex to get a little bit more vulnerable, try to attack this, but Gam's also over here, one side of it. Gen G is now going to be the first squad out. Couple of points in the bag, but not too much. Diffex manages to get the drop on a Soul.
Well, I guess the good news is if you're Gen G, is you might have outdone JDG if they're able to be taken down without the rolling into the middle of the circle.
Shoddy comes up, doesn't get the knock. That's a problem. That is JDG down, and they only pick up 1 point. I like this. 17, you can see, has called an emergency pickup over it all. Nade's going to come up. Actor's going to get the knock onto Winda, and any follow-up nades could just find more money to be had. Navi moving around the north, trying to see how big of a game 4 Angry Men can find. There is an opportunity if they can somehow squeeze it out, but it is feeling bad. HS is going to go ahead and bleed out. Winda's continuing to do the same. Shin's trying to make something big happen. Spaceman on the other side, but they just can't find it. And Navi is just being a beast. They're going to go ahead and get that one as well. And that leaves 1 player up for 4 Angry Men, and it feels like the dream is dying fast.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Those were really nice mollies there from Boostic. Really covered a lot of that side of where Shen was, forced him out into the open, even caught him with the fire as well. So it was great play from him that really dashed any hopes, and Geek sending it in.
There's potential points, and that's all Geek wants, right up on top of Team Liquid, who's been kind of the villain of the lobby so far. Alo does find a knock on a Songjon. Can he find any more? EG's going to be playing the other side of it, trying to go for a peek around. Couple of shots. Park Pro managed to find one. See if anything else on the outside of it. Quick flushes. It is just Alo in a 1v3. Make it a 1v, or actually just all Team Liquid now eliminated. And
just on the edge of the hill, though, making it kind of work. They're taking some damage. Vehicles holding on, but that's one down. EN going to rip Wenbo out. Shrimzy trying to take EN down, but cannot find enough damage. Just a little bit extra help here as Kickstart actually gets knocked by Raining, so T1's spread formation, able to keep Falcons from doing anything.
It was risky, but now 17 is the gatekeeping squad onto T1 and Falcons. Gam having a similar idea. They're going to Nemesis. If they can get a roll going right now, they can put themselves back into it, but they need to deal with GK in front of them. Then one on the other side. Nemesis does get the knock on it too. Is this the start of something big?
That is not what you wanted to see. Geek was trying to figure out a way where they didn't have to cluster behind that tree for safety. There just wasn't anything available. So now big points going into Nemesis's hands. Nice work there by Diffix to find the grenade. Melman able to step right in for the claim of more points, and Sungjong and Akkad have just left.
Rolls right by. VC is going to get some vision, a couple of shots at them, but Twisted going to get more involved. Then walk back behind all of Nemesis. And remember, it was Stade that survived so long inside that last game to buy them a couple more points. See how much more they can get away from all of it. Sosa just trying to stall out Twisted. I think that they want to get away from this firefight. It doesn't feel too good along this hillside. While yes, Nemesis does have the high ground, they know that it's a valley over into the east, and the circle's probably going to abandon them. And Twisted also not
for now. Raining taken down by Tiggleton, so EN Type. The drop shot from Type is good. Takes down Xiaowu, takes down 17.
Go ahead, run yourself back in, but you have to deal with a very high ground positioning. For defense, other side, Nade's rolling out, doesn't connect on one side. Other vehicle does find it. Songjon gets a knock. Stade's gonna go down, but just 2 players up for GK could make this problematic. They need to defend strong, and Twisted is actually wrapping back behind on top of Akkad. This is a problem. Songjon needs to finish this fast.
Songjon needs these points. He really needs to find a way to get them, but he's feeling the pressure from the other side, and here come the grenade barrages from Twisted Minds. He is in trouble. He really is stuck inside of there. He needs Akkad to go crazy on this side against Twisted.
Falcons are doing a great job on corralling T1, and that's putting them back into this similar path, and VC still has high ground control over it all. Diffx trying to find something. So says that just get the knock. DK goes down, finding more points. Nemesis trying to rally. They want to get themselves back up, but they have so many problems. Just 1 player in Diffx now alive, and it's T1 one side, Twisted on the other. That's going to feel terrible.
And there's Tadawat. He strikes and starts claiming points. T1 right on his backside immediately, though. And they're going to start taking players down from Nemesis. They have been eliminated, only at 48 points for them. Heather, grenade in hand. If it's on point, he's done, and he's got it. He just cannot miss today. Okay. He's going to be watching Lou drive right next to them, and yeah, that's easy work for Type and Heather. Not too hard when you're afforded a pretty clean angle and a not super fast car driving by you.
West, so that means that T1's playing it and trying to keep a focus on what's going on with the Tulins, R8, everything else like that. VC doesn't have the cleanest lines until you step around that corner like Ian just did.
Simon T trying to watch it, has not seen Heather just yet, but a molly there gonna disallow him, and the shot from Type. That was such a smart molly. I think that other molly hit his teammate.
I was gonna say, didn't he just drop one on his teammate? Everybody got too excited. It's like, we finally get the high ground. That's such a hard push up onto the top, and it's gonna be Duck Mine now looking up over the rock croppings that VC's had control for so long, and he's gonna go down. But Tulin tries to see if he can get the flush. He is gonna find it. Falcons got control of the low ground, and it is gonna be T1 trying to see if they can fight their way down the hillside.
That first molly was so smart from T1 because it denies the TPP peek. That was so intelligent from them. A little bit of an oopsies on the other side of it, but regardless, it does end up in their favor. And here we go. More mortars, and who else would you expect other than Tiggleton? First one, a little bit off to the side. Second one goes just too deep to take care of Type. Third, almost gets Heather.
Getting to be money. Follow-up does get it. Tig gets the knock on to Heather. Some vengeance finally stabbing back with Falcons, and they just continue to rain them down. You could find yourself vulnerable as the Tulins might want a piece, but I think Sneaky Snake the Tulins just trying to watch. Nope, he finally does pull the trigger, but it's a bit too late.
Heather's got 5 kills again. He is just a monster. And the rest of the lobby trying to see if they can slow him down, but Shrimzy in trouble, raining in Type. Find him out in the open, get the knock. Type then using these stuns to try to get a new angle.
Great positional play coming up from Type. They've abandoned that one hillside, using the trench to really push down into the face of Falcons. Tig now going to have to defend, going for a couple of shots to see if he can slow down the pacing. Shrimzy still down back behind all of this, and the control the Falcons had in the lower sections just getting pulled apart too many different ways. T1's finding it again, and continues to be a problem for Falcons to deal with. At range now, it is going to be T1 on 11 kills, running down the hillside with 2 up, and Falcons 82 points, trying to find more, sitting at 4 right now. It's going to boost up, takes a lot of damage from the blue zone. Couple of shots, Shrimzy gets punished, but Shrimzy does get the knock on Type, feeding the information over, but it is the beast in Heather in the middle control, trying to make sure you can find anything else, and T1 manages to find it again. Nemesis looks like they've got a focal point right on top of the exact same building that JDG is in, while there's going to be a wrap coming up from Gam right below them. We already saw that Gam will get involved. Big shots come up. Cold gets a knock on the stage to start it all. And Nemesis, you're in trouble. You were fighting for survival. You needed some points, and instead you feed them to JDG.
That is unbelievable. They go right to the worst spot possible. Melman getting lit up, trying to get over the fence, but there's grenades on both sides. He's just done. That is absolute madness. Where does that put JDG? Tied with Gen G, but they still don't have enough to get past Supers.
Oh, we ain't done yet. Sharper in a lot of trouble. 17 just lands in the face. Yao Wu doesn't even care. 17 with 1 player down. Sharper in a lot of trouble on the outside of this, just watching their teammates fall.
Now you got to play salvage. There's no hope to get back to Kanawat. So the other 2 players need to just survive, and they coming out from that coast is really tricky. If the circle moves away from it, you're kind of just left running in flat open terrain. I mean, the good news is that these days, of course, there's the destructible terrain, so you have some better options than you used to. They're having a little bit of a dust up. Ian probably has Alo dead, indeed he does. M4 going to connect, runs out of bullets, so can't follow through. Curdy will take down Raining in response, but as the UI is there for a bit of safety, hopping around the seats. Cowboy also on the scene.
So this is a problem with this firefight going on as loud and heavy as it is in the northern section. Gen G is going to see that first. Know that they can't drop off in the northern section. Instead, they're going to probably pull down in the south, where Falcons just made landfall, where we saw 17 go, where we have 4 angry men at. It's going to be so dicey over there as Team Liquid still just trying to fight. Get this one out. Heather's going to be on the side of it, seeing if he can get the better of Cowboy, but it's just going to be too big of a crossfire that's been set up for Team Liquid now as they're just bouncing back between it all. Cowboy knows where they're at, but this is the circle that we're looking at from here on out. There's not many trees. There's not too many other cover pieces to play. It's going to be burning smokes early in these types of firefights. They're going to be a problem. As here comes Gen G. Where do they opt into going?
By Falcons. It's right next to Falcons. They're already getting tagged. Gustav there can't maintain his footing. He's actually going to drop down, parachuting through. Going to match Bean there. Bean takes a bunch of damage on the dropping. It's going to be Shrimzy who catches him.
That's one down. Their others did at least manage to touch the ground, but it's going to be very hard to play over here. More is now coming out. Don't know exactly where they're going to be going. Sharper still clinging to life over here as at least Gen G has their backs into a safe position. That's going to be finishing out here pretty fast, but it is Heather. Heather can continue to put in work. He's a one-man army in and of themselves, but Nate is going to finish him out. Team Liquid has to make a path down. JDG, DK both have to get into a circle that's going to be really open, man. This is what I've been seeing for so long.
This is really scary. I know, it is pretty funny. It's so slow, dude. It takes forever to get there. But what about this?
Twisted, they're going to run right into Falcon's positioning. If any of those kills, yes, Soul does get the flush onto one, but Example pops out, gets the knock on Tiggleton. Can we see Gen G find any of this? No, the angles are wrong as R8's also coming in this angle.
Oh my God, and that's Super's out. That's Gen G in the 16th, so DNS will not be making it to the grand finals. Quite shockingly, Example going to try to set up some smokes to keep himself obscured from his east. He has that MG3. Falcons trying to get into a position to do something about it, but Shrimzy getting lit up by R8.
We're presently looking at a couple of little fights between this, and this is so close on the leaderboard. Gen G in that 16th place position you're talking about, but it is all JDG who falters into 17th place. 4 Angry Men also going to go down into that 23rd positioning. So, now then, eyes back up. It's going to see how much more can we get. Gen G holding safety. They're pretty close to the center of the circle, but it's going to be a tree, and that's about all she got. Tamu's got some solutions for the problem in front of him, though.
Nice shot there. Doing some geometry, and he's got a Mark 14 to boot. This is looking like a night.
Now, as everybody's up just tree hugging, trying to find some form of safety, VC, no angles of approach over there. Simon's going to get instantly dropped, but where else are you going to go? Maybe try to go a little bit further south, but that's just going to be even closer to GK. Maybe make the commitment in. Big Nade rolls right in, but Vicious is going to get eliminated. Nade's not going to get anything else. So 17 coming alive over into the west is, no, Earth has abandoned his name, and he's decided he's going to go in the water, but 17's going to get coastline control.
Down there, I don't think he's getting up. I think he's just going to have to swim. Thunder is in trouble. The grenades taking out the shielding. He gets one, but Xiaowu is going to immediately dispatch him.
No, don't swim to the water. Don't give away Earth's positioning. He's still on stealth mission. Other side of it, it is going to be Salute finally finding their triggers again. They get the knock onto 17 Gaming. GK, again, still just in so much trouble. Gams managed to build themselves a fortress with the BRDM, and they still have to move forward just a bit more to get in the circle, but R8 still roaming down to the south.
Ooh, okay. At least able to find another knock. I didn't think Sungjong was maybe going to be able to find too much more there. Park Pro's Dunzo. Sungjong just going to go down to the blue.
Down one side, 17 making the push in. Gam's got control of land on one side, but while we have lost one mermaid, we still have another. Twisted Minds, Lou is still alive. Other side of this, R8 also on this little bit of a climb of their own. They've still got a lot of players up in control of the south.
Gen G losing players here and there, so that might have afforded Lou the opportunity to make landfall and try to find a way up here. Not exactly sure if he's going to have a spot. Yeah, he definitely does have some room in this circle to find a way up for sure. Teddy doing some nice shooting there. Tanmu goes for the spin, but will be sent out most likely. Looks like there's enough of a edge there.
Down so
That's unbelievable, dude. Unbelievable. He has a P90. There was a crate out in the water that he went and got.
Gam, 17 up to the north, and it is R8 now that's getting the focus of everybody. Tian Tian is going to get the knock on a Hong F. So 17's going to leapfrog up. Tian Tian's going to go and try to get the res on a Winbow, and now Lou is looming on the rocks. 1-7.
Yeah, let's see if they can find another kill. Lou does make landfall. Goodbye, Tian Tian. Now all eyes will be down there. Lou's got one. Oh, he's finished off.
There you go. Last game is going to be a moral victory for our boys in R8. Climbing the leaderboard right when they needed to at the end.